Hello viewers, welcome to our lesson number 5 where we are going to look at fractions, subtopic, Bodmas. So what you're going to do first here is to define what you call Bodmas. So in simple terms, a Bodmas is just combined operations. Right. So when you're talking of operations, we're talking of multiplication, those use of brackets, those use of power, subtraction, addition, and division, and more. So when you combine those operations, this is when we make what we call Bodmas. So we're actually going to see what does Bodmas represents, because remember Bodmas is just a short term or a representation of operations. So for the first B represents brackets, and which means this is our first operation. So when you're given any problem with a lot of or more than one operations, more than two operations, the first thing that you have to look at is, are you given that problem in terms of brackets? So the first thing that you do is simplify whatever is inside the brackets regardless of the operation or regardless of the sign, right? Then the second thing that we have is order, right? So when you're talking of order, we are talking of powers, right? So let's say I'm done with whatever is inside the brackets. The second thing that I'm going to look at is, am I given powers or am I given orders, right? Then I simplify whatever that is in the order form, right? Then the next thing that we look at is division, right? So division, after I finished or with brackets order, I look at division, which means division is my third operation. I look at my next operation will be multiplication, right? So multiplication will be my fourth operation. Then I look at addition, where addition is going to be the fifth operation, and lastly but not least, subtraction, right? This will be the sixth operation. So whenever given a problem with more than two operations, you simplify those operations in this order. First, look at brackets. If there are no brackets, you look at order of powers. Or so let's look at our first example, number 17, where we are told to simplify bracketed 1 or 5 over 8 plus 1 or 3 over 5 divided by 5 was 3 over 8. So remember, we're going to apply Bodmas here. Remember, we said under Bodmas, we first look at, am I given anything inside the brackets regardless of the sign? Yes, I'm given, right? Then I look at my second operation in the order that we looked at. So remember, the first thing when you're simplifying fractions, we said you have to make sure that everything that you're given is presented in the form A over B, right? So now I am going to make sure that I change everything into form A over B, which is going to give me 8 times 1 plus 5, that's 13 over 8 plus 5, that's 8 over 5 there, right? Divided by 8 times 5, I'm going to get 40. That one is going to be 43 over 8, right? So now I simplify anything inside the brackets, right? So here I'm going to simplify that one. Remember, under addition we said you put the denominators under the common denominator, right? So we're going to find the common denominator there. Then whatever I get, I divide it with some with 40 over 8, right? So here my common denominator is going to be 40, right? So 8, you said 18 to 40, that's 5 times 30. Now going to get something like 65 plus 5 into 8 into 40 there, that's 8 times 8, that's going to be 64 divided by 43 over 8 there. Then we add, so we're going to get something like 5 plus that one, that's 9 there, 6, that's a 112, right, over 40 divided by 43 over 8, right? Now remember we said when we're given a division sign, we are supposed to add a multiplication sign, then we invert the fraction on your right hand side, right, which is what, this one. Now so we're going to have 129 over 40 being multiplied by 8 over 43, right? Now as you can see, we can do cross cancellation. Remember, cross cancellation is done a numerator against the denominator. So here I'm going to do this denominator against this numerator, right, since there's nothing here that can divide besides 1, right? So 43, I'm going to get 43 into 43, that's 1. 43 into 129, there's 3 times there. 8, that's 1. 8 there, that's 5 times. Now what am I remained with here? I have 3 over 5 being multiplied by 1 over 1. I multiply the numerators. 3 times 1, that's a 3. 5 times 1, that's a 5 there. Then I check my answer. Is it in the simplest form? Yes, only 1 goes into 3 and 5. So I'm done here. So let's quickly look at example number 18, which says simplify 1 over 3 minus 1 over 6 being divided by 1 over 3 plus 1 over 6. So now we can actually see that, remember, the division sign is actually covering everything on the numerator and everything on the denominator. So here there's one thing that is hidden, that is brackets. So we have brackets here and brackets here. They are actually in the hidden form. So in other words, you can change what they are given here and put it in this form. It's 1 over 6 being divided by 1 over 3 plus 1 over 6. So you have to be careful about this kind of question, right? So I simplify there. So I'm going to simplify whatever inside this bracket, right? My common denominator here, that's 6. 3 into 6, that's 2 times 1, that's 2, minus 6 there, that's a 1, right? Yes, the 6 into 6, that's 1, then times numerator there being divided by the common denominator also is 6. 3 into there, that's 2, plus 6 there, that's 1. 1 times 1, that's 1. Then I'm going to get 2 minus 1, that's 1 over 6 being divided by 2 plus 1, that's 3 over 6 then remember, we can't deal with division, so we put a multiplication sign, we invert the fraction on my right hand side, then it becomes 6 over 3. I do my cross cancellation here, 6 then 1, 6 there 1. I'm remained with 1 over 1 multiplied by 1 over 3, right? So I multiply the numerators. 1 times 1, that's 1. 1 times 3, that's 3. I check, am I given, do I have actually any number that goes into 1 and 3 besides 1? No. So that makes it the solution in simplest form. Then we are done there. So now you should look at exercise 1E. You do it by yourself and challenge you put on the comment box then, and please don't forget to subscribe so that every time I post a video you get your notification. See you on our next lesson. Bye.